This is a book which I've written after my experience in the church and my work. And so in a way, it's the life and ministry of my life and the ministry in the church. Yeah, and the title is In Defense of All God's Children. First of all, I wanted to write what I would call my memoirs. Memoirs, that is what I've gone through as since childhood. This book talks about my formative years, how I grew up, and where I went to school, and then my work in the church. After school, how I did my theological training, and then I came back in the church, taught in a seminary. I was what we call it a theological school at Mukono, and what I experienced in my teaching, and then I definitely wanted to. I worked with the Bible Society, translation of the Bible into Uganda. Then I was chosen elected bishop of West Uganda Diocese, and I found problems of the misunderstanding because of a certain bishop who had been there, and my church had even disowned him almost because he was bishop first to retire. And I went there, they told me there is this problem. And the bishop was not even allowed, of course, to work in the church anymore. But I found this was like a scandal in the church. People, if they cannot love each other as believers. So I approached the bishop. I heard what the Christians were saying. In the end, to make the whole story short, there was a reconciliation. And that was after just after my retirement, which was in 1998, when I looked at what I had done in my church and what was happening, I felt I should write memoirs. But I didn't know what would be coming after my retirement, because a lot of my work with the LGBT people is also included here, but it came after my retirement. So in this book, definitely there is a chapter about after my retirement, where I talk a lot about LGBT. Okay. LGBT. But before that, I talk about the reconciliation in the church, which happened in my diocese, right? And also a very important chapter on the martyrdom of Archbishop Janan Lu.
Oh, great.
When I was a young bishop, just started. After 2 years or so, the Archbishop was killed, and I was very close to him. And when he was arrested, I was there. So all that is really put very well in this book. What happened to him?
Okay.
And very impressive to see a man of God standing against a man like Idi Amin, because Idi Amin was terrifying. The first one is that we should not hate other people who are different from us. And as far as with this issue of also reconciliation is very, very important. That we shouldn't be fighting each other without listening to them. It's very important to listen to people. And when you listen carefully, you will not remain the same. You will come to understand. You need dialogue. And when it comes to LGBT, there are some recommendations which I put in this book. How even parents we could deal with the people whom we may find different. Because whether you like it or not, when you're a parent, you may find that one of your child is a homosexual. And this changes many people, not only in Africa. When someone finds, oh my, why is this boy not marrying? And they talk to the boy. Usually they trouble boys first because they are the ones who are more aggressive. But if they say you are not married, why? Eh? But gradually, you may find this boy is different, and I accept that boy, rather than sending the boy away from the family. As you read some stories here, there are stories of some children have been sent away from their home because they were homosexual. We're trying to get some copies to our bookshops here, but if you Google what we call Amazon.com, they can definitely direct where you can get this book. Online you can get it.
Okay.
Amazon.com, and the publishers also, they are well known. We could definitely direct you to the publishers. Morehouse Publishing, Morehouse Publishing House in New York. It's 40,000,
30,000.
but if it is hardcover, it might be more.